Anthony Hartwig here with a Canfield girls basketball player profile. I'm joined by junior Marina Koenig. Marina, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
You got it this year. Just been an awesome year for Canfield so far. You're about to play in the district championship tomorrow. First question for you is, with all the seniors that you guys graduated last year and a lot of the new faces that you guys had to either see or step into bigger roles this year, what's it been like for you as an upperclassman to see the team not miss a beat and go through some adversity and come out here and still be able to compete for a district championship?
Yeah, it's really great seeing everyone's growth this season. I mean, we've all grown so much, and just like being able to get this far with everyone and like getting Cammy Dale and Jenna back, it's just been really great.
Yeah, I kind of made the joke yesterday after your win on Wednesday nights. This team seems like it's kind of put together with duct tape right now. People are just fighting through injuries, fighting through health issues, just kind of giving it everything they have. As a teammate, seeing girls play that way, what's that do for you and firing you up to know that like my teammates are giving me everything they have to try to win on the floor?
Yeah, it's seeing them like play through those injuries and everything. I mean, it really gives us all the motivation to all be there for each other and like step up even when they can, or everyone just doing their job and like stepping up. It's really great to see everyone be able to do that.
When we're talking about players that have bigger roles this year than they did last year, you're one of those players stepping into an upperclassman role. More leadership asked of you, more time on the floor asked of you. How have you been handling the transition from last year basketball to this year?
At the beginning of the season, it was a lot more difficult. That's for sure. Went through a couple rough patches, but just kind of like everyone's support and like our teammates and the seniors and everything, they just make everything so much easier. Like all the transition and everything. So being able to like really help out in these later games in the tournament has been really fun.
We know you were a big part of the softball team that went to the state finals last season. How much did that experience help you come into basketball season with the right mindset, knowing what the work ethic is, and trying to share kind of some of the tools that got you and the team to state with some of the basketball players that aren't on the softball team?
Yeah, definitely the team chemistry. I think that really transferred over, like especially with the ones who played softball. I mean, everyone is there to kind of support us like throughout the journey. But like even playing in like big moments, like softball season definitely helped with that. Like especially during the district final or semifinal game, like that was a pretty big moment for all of us, and I think we all had that experience that we could just like settle down and like don't let the moment kind of like take over.
I got the chance to call some of your games at the beginning of the season, call some of your games obviously late in the season, was at that district semifinal game. The growth that I've seen from you as a player, it's really evident on the court. From your perspective, how much have you grown throughout the season, just in practices and in games when you look at yourself and how you started this year?
It's definitely been a huge step forward, and I mean, I couldn't have done that without our seniors and my teammates and my coaches and everything. It's just like seeing all like the support from everyone else, like even when I didn't believe in myself, like and everyone else did, that really helped push me forward and like really helped me make the steps that I have made this year.
So you say there were moments where you were struggling with confidence, not believing in yourself. I'm wondering what got you through that and what got you personally to start believing in yourself more.
My teammates, like before games, like we would all talk to each other and like I mean there was one game like Jenna helped me a lot and like Coach Krista too. So it's just like everyone's support and like everyone's belief in each other is just like that helps immensely. And just like everyone supports each other and just like being able to go on the court and just be like just make something happen and support your teammates and just do everything you can in your power to win and just to help the team out.
I think every athlete gets confidence in different ways. Like some one thing that someone tells someone is going to work in different ways. What are things that people say to you that get you confident and that you actually buy when they tell you? What are those things that you need to hear when you're struggling with your confidence?
Um, Something I mean I don't want them to tell me that I'm doing great when I'm not. So it's like
Mhm.
them being just straight up with me and then just kind of like having the confidence in me that like when I do get in the game they know that I'm going to do the right thing or at least try to do the right thing. So I mean I think that kind of confidence it's like I know you're trying like do your best everything like that that really gets me to like take the pressure off my shoulders a little bit and help me do a little bit better.
No matter what sport you play, you're being coached by legends in the sport, and Matt Reel is no different. He's been at Canfield for a while. He coached even before he was in Canfield. What's it like to be under Matt Reel, and what kind of things has he helped you with as a basketball player the last 3 years now?
Yeah, Coach Reel has been a huge impact, like especially in basketball. Like he really talks to us like he makes it fun, and like he coaches us to like a point that like we didn't know we could go, and like he helps implement things in our playing and everything we do. It just like it really helps, and it helps slow the game down a little bit, and when we get in those game situations it's not as like intimidating as it is in practice, and I think that really helps.
We only get to see him on the sideline. Seems pretty calm, cool, and collected during a game. Is he always like that, or does he let himself loose a little bit in practices?
There's sometimes he lets loose, but I think that's the same with all coaches.
What is one thing that you could say about Matt Reel that you think people don't know just from watching him on the games? What's like some inside information that you can tell us about Coach Reel?
He's really funny. His jokes make me laugh pretty hard, and sometimes you don't catch them until like a couple minutes after, and then you just find yourself like chuckling to yourself after you figure it out.
Let's talk about, things that you want to see yourself continue to improve on. You're a junior this year. Obviously, you have one more year next year. You're going to be a senior. You're going to be one of the leaders of the team. What have you been doing this year to prepare yourself for the big leadership responsibility that you're going to face next year?
I think really just like learning from all of our seniors and like how they deal with like adversity and different situations, and like how they like respond to it, like emotionally, physically, everything else. Just like that kind of response is what I'm kind of picking up, and like really learning from them. And like honestly just like the work ethic too. Like all of our seniors have like a huge work ethic, and just like how they take care of themselves and like the game and our team and everything.
We're talking about getting ready for basketball next year. What about getting ready for all the other stuff that comes with senior year? College decisions, career path, future decisions. Have you thought about that at all yet? Or are you kind of trying to put that off until senior year?
I've thought about it a little bit, but I mean, my sister went through the same thing last year and everything, so it's like I have an idea, but it's just like I'm letting it go. I'm just gonna enjoy this year, and then whatever happens next year happens.
We love athletes' nicknames. Do you have a nickname on the team? Do you have something that people like to call you?
Um, I'm kind of like Rena. That's like my nickname, kind of, or like Reen, Ree. I mean, Macy calls me a couple different things, but like she comes up with random things for like softball too. She calls me Ree. Grace calls me Reener Wiener. It's just like, and Aline, like she's a leaner.
You gotta have them for softball, especially.
You have to.
You can't. Since you come from the softball world as well, I gotta ask about superstitions because it feels like softball players are more superstitious than others. Do you have superstitions on the basketball court that you like to keep?
I do. It's like the way that I tie my shoes. Like I have to be super tight. My hairstyle, like it has to be a ponytail. Like I've tried a couple braids, but it doesn't really work. So I have to keep my regular ponytail, and everything. Everything has to be the same.
Do you go as far as saying you're using the same hair tie all season 2 for the ponytail, or do you switch those out?
I haven't changed it. No, I use the same one.
Knew it. What about routines just to get yourself in the right mental mindset before a game? Like, what are your pregame mental routines that you have to get yourself into that zone?
Well, I usually on the ride to like either if it's on the bus or like to the school, like I usually listen to like the same songs, the same playlist. Then like during the JV game, we kind of joke around, like kind of get into it with like everything, but we kind of like joke around, loosen up a little bit. And then when we get in the locker room, it's time to focus. We get stretched out, listen to music and everything. We talk about our game plan, but yeah, that's pretty much our routine to that effect.
How much does getting ready for a basketball game for you compare to like the hour or hour and a half before softball? Do you find yourself using the same kind of things to get yourself in that zone, or is it a little bit different getting ready for a softball game for you than a basketball game?
I think with basketball, it's more like team oriented. Like we all talk to each other, and like, cause it's before a JV game too. So we all sit there and like watch it, especially like during the regular season. So we all help each other get in the zone. But then for softball, it's like you're hitting off the tee by yourself, and like you have your AirPods in, like you're listening to music, like you end up like playing catch and everything. But I think softball, it's more individual, like getting ready for me personally. And for basketball, it's more of like you feed off your teammates to kind of get focused and everything.
All right, so you guys won a district last year, but now, well, like we said, you're a much bigger part of the team. You're getting more minutes this year. What would a district championship this year mean to you, considering all of that, considering that you're, feel like you have a lot more say in what happens on the floor?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more like nerve-wracking, but seeing the game last year, it was really fun to watch and just like be a part of, even if I wasn't on the court. But it's just like at this point, you just want to do it for your seniors, and you want to get them that medal and everything, all the work that they've put into it. You want to get that for them.
All of the big games that you've played in, do the nerves ever go away? I mean, you're going into a district championship. Do you still get nervous before the game?
Definitely. Before every game, I get nervous. Like a little feel in my stomach, I get nervous a little bit.
How fast does it go away? Because some athletes say as soon as the ball goes up, it's gone. First shot they make, it's gone. When does it kind of go away for you, or does it ever go away for you?
Probably the first possession. Like after we get the ball in, first possession, I'd say the nerves kind of go away, especially if like I'm coming off the bench. It's a lot easier to get those nerves away when you're coming up. But yeah, and maybe even after halftime a little bit. There's a little bit there, but after the first possession, I'm locked in.
Numbers are so important to players. You're number 5. Is there a story behind being number 5? Is there a reason why you picked it, or is it just one of the jerseys you got stuck with?
No, I've actually always been number 5 for as long as I can remember. I've always been number 5 for basketball. I don't know why, but it's kind of it crossed over with softball too. I used to be number 8, but when I came into high school, I was number 5, and so now I'm just 5 for both sports.
Right in that middle, got to be
Mm-hmm.
right in the middle. Marina, one of the things that we want to do before we let you go is obviously give you the chance to thank the people that are in your life that are supporting you that you wouldn't be here without. I want to give you the time as much as you want to give your shout outs out and thank the people that are kind of in your corner.
Yeah, obviously my teammates couldn't have done anything without them. Like the confidence they've given me, the support they have, and all of my coaches from middle school up until now, they've done everything for me, made me the player that I am today. My parents for always supporting me, my siblings, and then my dad especially for going up to the gym with me to shoot, and those countless hours we spent just being there, getting some shots up, and like game like repetition and everything like that. So yeah.
All right, Marina, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate it. We wish you the best of luck tomorrow in the district championship game against St. Vincent St. Mary, and we look forward to talking in real soon.
Thank you.